What's up, guys? King in the North here with some Metroid Dread. Just came out a few days ago on the Switch. I already have a playthrough done for this 100%, as you'll see on the next screen. Love this game. It was a lot of fun. It is a bit challenging at times. Nothing too crazy or out of this world that you can't get through. I hope this guide slash walkthrough helps anybody trying to find, various items, or, maybe struggling with a boss or two. But we'll get through this together. This is my completed file. 16 hours may seem like a lot. The game is not that long. I spent way too much time trying to fill in the mini-map colors, thinking that maybe there was a statistic for map completion, but there wasn't. So I won't be doing that this time around. We'll be cutting this by in more than just half. This will be a lot shorter this time around, especially with the knowledge I have with some of the items. I duplicated file 2 because there are extras. I'm not sure how the extras unlock. We'll do another normal mode. I'm not sure what's in store for hard mode, so let's stick with normal and maybe a hard mode playthrough afterwards. Metroid, a virulent floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after the word for ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. X-Parasite, a gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR-388. It could absorb the DNA of its hosts, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access the host's memories. X-Parasite were driven not by emotion, but by an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. With no Metroid surviving on SR-388, they became infested with the X, horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a Biological Space Laboratories (BSL) research station to investigate a distress signal. There, I battled many powerful X forms, including the SA-X, which was the X mimicking me in my power suit at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X menace on SR-388 by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 E.M.M.I to investigate. An E.M.M.I is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff in the universe, practically guarantee the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasite, it is up to me to go there and find out.
We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Treat our lost assets with care, lady.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains difficult. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, to gain contact. Any objections, lady?
Here we are, our journey officially begins. Not much available to us at the moment. We obviously have our computer, some rockets, slide. We have a melee, which is also going to be used for parries, as we're going to see in a little bit. Been stripped of most of our abilities, so we are very, very vulnerable at the moment. Blast through this here. I'm going to do my best to not fill in the mini-map. Having areas filled in does help me later on check the map and see where I've been and where I need to go still. But I'm not going to go crazy like I did last time, trying to get 100% completion on the mini-map. That doesn't matter. Alright, so these little stations here, you stand on the pad. Some will max out your missiles, some will max out your health, and some will actually do both. We're going to have different kind of blocks that we need to destroy throughout the map.
Uploading data.
So you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
Okay, so as Adam said there, in terms of physical amnesia, we don't have a lot of the abilities that we would normally, or, you know, that Samus would have. Being able to morph into a ball, multi-jumps, all that good stuff. So Adam wants us to get topside. Adam was already not a big fan of the idea of this mission. But here we are, trying to get back to our ship. This introduces the parry mechanic. I actually really enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun. It's not difficult. Enemies have different windows. They have wind-up animations, but really you want to look for that shine or glow. And not fall down like I just did. But it's not too difficult to parry, like I said. Pretty big window for most enemies, that is. Obviously, future enemies get a little bit harder to parry. Definitely harder to do it when you don't see the enemy incoming. Let's keep going along, moving along here. This is shut, can't get through there. Some of these doors we're not going to be able to open. We're going to need a different kind of shot. This is going to introduce the mini-map mechanic of glowing areas. This tells you that there's hidden items. This is the first of many missile tanks that we will acquire here. Drop down here and get some of that mini-map discovery. This is an introduction to the E.M.M.Is. We are going to be able to counter here. This is a guaranteed counter. They're not all going to be this easy. You just hit, X for parry, slide underneath. We can't fight this right now. We don't have the power to. So if you're familiar with the Resident Evil series, the E.M.M.Is will act similar to Nemesis, the Tyrant, or Lady D. There will be certain areas that we go into, and they're going to be following us, but they don't follow through the entire map. This one's a little beat up, so you're not able to climb up top here. Have our arm cannon, the Omega cannon, Omega blaster is online. This is a little tedious, but requires like 3 buttons to fire this thing. Left to aim, right to charge, and Y to pull the trigger. This should take care of the E.M.M.I. I do like how the animation changes to kind of like, it's not necessarily, not really over the shoulder, but you know. How they on the camera will swap Mega Cannon. The Mega Cannon offline. That E.M.M.I is gone. Let's keep. We obviously weren't gonna have that powerful of a weapon for very long. Up here. This is the save area. I'm gonna try getting my bearings. I'm gonna try keeping these videos to roughly 20 to 30 minutes. It's not. We're gonna have to drain this so we can jump higher. We can't jump very high out of the water. It's a little tough to gauge everything that's going to be happening through this playthrough. So I'm not gonna be able to plan it like some heavy story-based games. Expect 20 to 30 minutes. Here we have entered our first E.M.M.I zone. You'll know these because of the doors that we just walked through. The music and vision kind of gets a little blurry, I would say. This is your first real encounter with an E.M.M.I. I know we just took care of one, but they are much more powerful than the last one that was encountered. So this is going to be chasing us. It's a bit of a race to get to the top before he does. If you do get grabbed, if you get a chance to parry twice, but the window is very, very tight. E.M.M.I has this area on lockdown. You see no damage being done to that. Then to find something to kill it, or just escape entirely. Not gonna be able to go through this motion sensor door. If it detects motion, it closes. I think it would just be closed to begin with, but other missile tank here. Okay. we have another navigation communication center. Talk to Adam here.
Uploading data.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all enemy will be hostile. Enemy send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically. An enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the enemy's own exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the enemy and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An enemy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an enemy captures you. There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The enemy are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first enemy. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an enemy zone should be simply to survive.
Okay, so Adam mentioned there, the EMMIs are fully equipped to track people down. They can hear, they move fast, they can navigate through certain tunnels. Very powerful, and we are basically defenseless against them. Our weapons will not work, so our main priority is surviving when we enter those EMMI zones. And yeah, so I think I'm going to call this an episode here. I think this is a good spot to call it. Covered a decent amount. Obviously nothing too crazy yet, but I hope this guide walkthrough helps everybody. I'm going to try doing 100% with all items again, just so if anybody's following this as they play, they're able to, you know, grab everything. Don't need to look at maps online. Everything will be here that is needed, so feel free to like, comment, and consider subscribing if you're not subscribed to the channel already, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of Metroid Dread. Peace!